Hello, my name is Creostix, and welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena. It's a new day, a new week as well, and uh, and a whole new opportunity to have some mental breakdowns. We can all hope that it's not going to happen. I always try to strive for it not happening, being the epitome of Zen. Yes, and of all that good stuff. But it kind of, sometimes things get hectic. I have a very short set of patience when it comes to this stuff for some reason. I don't know what it really is. Like maybe it's just that there's something in the notion that it's a player versus player that I just there's something in the a very long time ago. I think it was Yahtzee Croshaw who said something along the lines of that like it's only, well, he didn't like the fact that when in a random multiplayer person from online did something, that was let's say he didn't use the word rude, but let's say rude, he couldn't just like lean over the couch and punch them in the face, that it's like there's like that connection is lost. So even when it's just cards doing their thing, I tend to lose it. I seem to find a different set of a multitude of different sets of mechanics and cards cheap and or cheating and or pay to win. It's at some point it goes into such a raw emotion that it's kind of hard to fully articulate in rationalized explanations. But yes, that's basically what the reasoning is, I think. Also, I should probably give a quick look that my sound stuff is the usual, at least. Yes, I think so. Yeah, good. An easy mistake to make. Okay, but yeah, let's go and have a game. I might actually go and try a ranked game one of these matches as well. I have no idea how long I'll be doing today. Not super long, but, I guess the minimum amount of wins I kind of hope to get is 4. But we'll see how it all turns out. Because sometimes I get lucky on my own when I, like, win 3 matches in a row, and sometimes I lose 5 in a row. I don't know. The starting hand seems like it has potential to go places. It has, like, no removal, but equipped creature has trample. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, seek a card with mana value equal to that damage. Oh, that is really bad. Oh, wow. Okay. That is proper terrible. Okay, I maybe should consider crafting that equipment, because, boy, that is a bad day. Okay, so... Well, I can't put the Innkeeper anyway, so I think the Orator is the obvious choice. I guess I might as well attack it, right? Like... Oh, it's even a warded card. But I think I can still... Yeah, I think I've basically lost this at this point. There's not much I can do. They'll be drawing cards endlessly and I can't do anything about it. So I think we should just concede right here and now. And I definitely needed a, well, let's put this in and see if we can manage to get this going. I can't ward myself through that, I think, but I don't know. Let's see. I mean, that's a clever play of the cards, though, on their part. That's for sure. Right. Yeah, I'll probably lose this now. They get to draw an extra card of extreme value every turn and I can't do anything, so I'm pretty sure it's over.
I hope you're ready to lose.
Yeah, I figured that it's not gonna work. Yeah, it's over. I wasn't sure if ward also means abilities and not just spells, but yeah, it's also abilities, so it's over. Let's see and keep a marker of this, because last time I think it ended up being not super far from 50-50. I think it was like 6 wins, 8 losses. But I cannot keep my my temper in check, so. Okie dokie. Man, it's just difficult to keep on everything. Okay. Well, at least I suppose I learned something, that ward also counts for abilities. I'm sure it read there in there, but I can't read, apparently, so. It's an equally bad hand. I don't get green mana anymore, so I lose the game. We'll see. Yeah, unless I get green mana within the next... just about the next turn, it's gonna be game over. This is interesting. I haven't really struggled with getting green mana for a long time. I have, oh wait, 5 or 6, and then one double-sided, no, 2 double-sided, and then 4 that lets me bring any mana I want. So it shouldn't be an issue, but now nothing's working. So that's really unfortunate. Also, I kind of feel that that werewolf might be a little overpowered for its own mana value, but maybe that's just me again. Although I suppose the Gigantosaurus is like 10 and 10 for 6 mana, I suppose, but still. To be fair, it's monocolor mana, so it does have some drawbacks to it, but still. And again, as I've railed against the Elder Dragons, they already broke the game being essentially almost 2 mana to bring into the thing. And they then broke the game by adding them to the game. They destroy every game they enter. They cost, if you play it right, they cost, I think, 2 mana to get into the field. 7/7 flyers, and they essentially cannot be blocked. They're too powerful for that. And then they roll a d20, and the player who, you know, was attacked loses the game, because they give like 19 treasure manas, 19 drawn cards, 19 plus counters. It ends the game. Yeah, I think we're done. I can't do anything with this. Now, I know I quit early, but I need green mana. I cannot play that hand without it. It's an empty turn, and I can't wait any longer. So yeah, sit tight, put your seatbelts on, and just feel the rage rising, because there's nothing but rage coming in from now on. And why do I play this? Because I'm too happy. I want to get my cure for wellness. I mean, I haven't seen that movie, but I suppose, but I expect the words mean that they cure you from being well. So. It's a little better than the previous ones in terms of I have mana, but I have 2 fortifying draughts, which is 1 too many. I don't think I can deal with this. Okay, so I think I should do this as Innkeeper first. Veteran next. Hmm. And just as a heads up, if anyone plays an Elder Dragon, I'm Alt-Fing 4 away from the game, so they don't get a concede, because I don't want to give them the satisfaction of concedement, and then they will lose the maximum amount of time of their mortal life to getting their cheap win. That's bullshit. So, just so we're clear. I have to have at least 2 white mana because I have so many Voice of the Blesseds in my deck, and they need 2 mana to be played. 2 white to be played, so that's why. Right. Bad hand is bad. I don't know what to do with this. They get basically 10 mana within 2 turns, and I can't play anything useful. Each opponent mills their entire deck. Alright, yeah, I think we can call it. Right, so they exile the total mana value of 20, which I think is easily 14, 15, 16, 17 cards. Alright, I think we can call it. I don't have anything. Three losses, no wins. Thank you, Card Shuffler. Thank you, Matchmaker. Fuck you. And like, in case you're wondering, no, you should not play Magic. Never play Magic. If you see cards in a store, burn them. Yeah, this is a really shit hand as well. Nothing going in the first turn. And I have really, really bad healers here. And I promise it's a good deck, it's just I have no luck. My luck is absolute piece of shit garbage. a mirror match, but they have the better luck, so there's really no point in playing. Why didn't they attack with it? Huh, okay, they probably are smarter than me then, and I just didn't know something. Nope. No, just look at this. I draw only absolute garbage every turn, no matter how much I just fix my hand and all of my stuff against that. It is absolutely amazing. Okay, I think they would have won that game yet. So, yeah. My luck was I ran into a player who was even more impatient than I am. I'll take it, but I think they would have won this one. Because they don't know that they are up against the most unlucky player in this known universe. Not this planet, not just you know, the Milky Way. Because magic surely just happens to exist in other galaxies as well. And I am the most unlucky of them all. And they don't know that every time, so they just don't realize I draw only like cleric classes, planes, forests, or no plains, no forests, no lands, and only those two options. Nothing else ever. Nonetheless, 1 win, 3 losses. Yay. A lot of people seem to use the Baldur's Gate avatars. I mean, they are the new thing, so why not? Oh boy, okay. If I draw only good cards from here, this will work, but I have some doubts about that one. Oh wow, they mulliganed, okay. Okay. I think this is probably the best turn to do the Cabaretti Courtyard because I'm... No. I almost pulled a misplay. I need the forest to play the innkeeper though. I'm a moron. Ooh, that was close. Right. I could banish the cleric class, but I feel like there might be something much more problematic coming in than that, so. Or I could banish the portable hole, because I think that should still work for me to bring back my Voice of the Blessed. Okay, so let me see if I can do this right. So, artifact, enchantment, or tapped creature. Then if you control an artifact and an enchantment... Well, I don't do the enchantment bit, so that's unfortunate, but... okay, so... Or, wait. I could add the Colossal Majesty and then do the thing. I think that's how I get the Samurai, right? I might be doing this wrong, but I think that's how it is, yes? This might be me being a moron, but... Beginning of your upkeep, if Faithbound Judge has 2 or fewer judgment counters, put a judgment counter. As long as judgment counters have 3 or more judgment counters, we can attack those who didn't have December. Okay, that's a little weird, but okay. I don't fully understand its meaning just yet, but... Right. Okay, so if I do all of these, it's gonna work, but at this... Okay, it is an artifact. Yes, it is. Okay. Destroy target artifact. There we are. See, it works like a charm, right? Right. And then we attack with the veteran. And then we do this. My goodness. Jesus. I do think they, again, would have still totally had that in the bag, but... I feel like I accidentally learned something to have a more open eye to try to have the artifact and the enchantment in before I do Banishing Slash, if it's quite obviously doable. Like, if I wouldn't have had the Colossal Majesty in hand, or a Cleric class or something, I would have probably destroyed the artifact already as a thing. Also, an interesting point a different point I learned was that the Voice of the Blessed actually lost its counters while it was in exile. I guess that makes sense, but I didn't see it happen clearly to losing it. I should have probably checked. So I somehow actually assumed that the Blessed would come back in with the couple of counters it had, but it didn't. That makes sense because there's this thing called perpetually adding counters and whatever, which states that cards that change zones don't lose their counters, and it makes perfect sense that exiled and not exiled in the battlefield are 2 different zones, right? So it makes sense. I just didn't know that. So right, okay. As I almost spill my drink twice. And Rosie, hi, welcome, glad to have you. See, I feel like there's something almost therapeutic in venting my rage against stuff, but yes, I won 2 games in a row. That is a true story. And hi and welcome, and I hope your day at work is doing excellent. Ah. There we go. Alright, so 2 wins, 3 losses. Okie dokie. Right on. Alright, before wasting more time, let's go and do... Oh, and Rosie, if you're curious, The dailies are like avatars, or one avatar, one card sleeve with like a wolf, and the card. Oh, sorry, two card sleeves, one with this and one with this, and then visuals I don't find familiar. So, you know, I probably won't get any of those, but still. And actually, I did not get the previous day's card sleeve because I feel like I like the stuff I have, and it's better to save my coins for stuff I really want. So. Hmm. Well, I get something in on the first turn, but I desperately need to draw. Well, I mean, I guess everyone always needs to draw well. I guess that's kind of a moot point to say, but yeah, okay. Pretty. It is, though, yeah. Uh-huh. They use Gate to Manorborns, alright. Hmm. This is not an ideal position, but I desperately need the forest land in, and I like, if I put the Voice of the Blessed in now, none of my cards create healing as they come in. So I think it's more sensible to put this here in. It's not an all like a optimal day here, but at least we have the cleric enchantment to add 2 life to that thing. But yeah. Okay. Man, I need to draw some good creatures, though. Beginning of your end step with a +1/+1 counter everywhere. Yeah, that's a decent card. I know that one. I could destroy it, though. And I probably should. At least on the... Oof. Oh, but it's on the battlefield, though. On control, not everywhere. I see, okay. Alright, yeah, sure. So add a treasure counter through here, and then we'll work forward. Alright. That's destroy, right? Yeah. Good combo, though. Gotta admit. Right. Proper bad situation, this, though. Because if they have a instant to do something about that, I'm kinda boned. Man, I'm unlucky. Come on. I can't do anything with this, though.
for trouble, but I'll fight if I have to.
It is looking really, really ugly, though. Like, yeah, I have more life, but I've essentially
This is
played
my
everything that
city,
makes any sense to
and I'm
work
going
with.
to protect it.
And I'm not drawing what I need to draw to exile the 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 guy there, so. Hmm. It's just not enough. There's nothing to be yeah. There's a huge maybe in this, but let's see.
Show him what you got.
Right. God damn, I'm unlucky. Jesus. There's just no luck in this game. Like, none.
Be brave.
Just constant shit. Always only garbage pulled. Like, why? Ha! Fuck you. Really? Really? I risk getting even worse cards if I don't draw that. It's such a...
I know there's a hero inside you.
Oh! Well, I mean, I was right. I risked drawing land, and I drew land because the game screws me over left and right. And I have nothing in the graveyard to help me either. It just tries to endlessly push only shit garbage in my hands. And I have to always do everything I can to offset that. Because the game hates me, and it hates no one else. God. Like it hates me. Ugh. I feel like we all just got 20 minutes older, and it felt like we got 7 years older. Man, I hate those kinds of matches that just don't go anywhere for months. Ugh. Alright, who wants to do a ranked match? Let's change it up a little. I don't know if it's easier or harder. It's kind of hard to, like, there are very rarely such a thing as an easy game, so... I guess the easy game is the one where the opponent concedes at the very beginning without playing a card. But that's like the one case. I mean, this'll work if I draw a couple of more land, or one more land, but if I don't, it all crashes and burns. Alright, okay. Era of Enlightenment. I wonder if I'm just, like, missing out when I don't use sagas, but, yeah. I mean, I know I took my time thinking in the last game, so let's just, you know, it is their right to think, because those be hard choices. Right. I think it's gonna be Forest, Impassioned Orator, Overgrown Farmland is next turn, and then we'll just see how it continues from there. And then next turn I think is Righteous Valkyrie, and then we do the Hallowed Priest combo on the next one beyond that. Weaver of Harmony. Other enchantment can +1/+1. Copy target art of activated or triggered ability you control from an enchantment source. You may choose. Yeah, that is a very, very, very good card. If you use that right, that is brutally efficient. Okay. I don't want to risk them being willing to sacrifice Weaver of Harmony for my Orator, because I need my Orator very badly now. I don't know how badly they need their Weaver of Harmony. I figured they might actually copy the... yeah, that thing, but didn't know. I am not sure what happened there. So did it just not work? It is an enchantment. I figured they would create 2 of these and not 1, but they didn't, and now I'm wondering why. Because it looks like they thought it would, but it didn't. Huh, okay. Weird. Okay, I think Broker's Hideout is the best one to put in, but only after I put first, No, Gala Greeters first, maybe. Probably. And then Lunarch Veteran. I'm actually not even sure which is the better one to do here. +1/+1 counter or treasure token. Right. I think we can do combat now, right? No, wait. They might have an enchantment of some persuasion in there, so let's maybe not. Or an instant, rather. Okay, this seems okay for now, but we'll see. I've learned very, very, through the hard way that there are a bunch of deck wipe things, for example, or those that can change the game quite quickly. But I can at least bring the Valkyrie back through Bala Ged recovery for now. So unless they exile my graveyard, we're still quite decently in business. That is fascinating. All right. All right. Oh, interesting. Are you sure that was the right choice, my guy? Huh. Because they took... Interesting. I need the 5 mana for the Bond of Discipline. So, unless they remove a lot of my stuff, I'm pretty well in. But they probably remove some. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Alright. I think I should still play the whole thing before they remove more. Alright. Sometimes the one life demoralizes the opponent, even though they probably should not be demoralized just yet. But yeah, just case in point, it was in the lowest set of the rankings as... Objection! Cranberry Cola! Hello, welcome, glad to have you and hope you've had an excellent, excellent day. I hope the alert wasn't too loud for you, it really did scare me. And welcome, and thank you so much for the follow, it is greatly indeed appreciated. And we got our 4th, I think, 4th win, yes. 4th win, and apparently we got some daily quests done at the same moment of persuasion as well. So that is always quite the moment. All right, so at first we lost 3 in a row and then won 4 in a row. Probably because the opponents sometimes conceded a bit too quickly, then they still had the game in the bag, but so we are. All right, opening a pack. Let's go. We are fastening the seat belts to open pack like the champions we are. Yes. Alright. Chardalyn Dragon, Thieves' Tools. Yeah, these are... Yeah, flying 4/4, colorless, 6 mana. I believe there's probably a lot of reasons why a colorless artifact is so expensive, but it always feels more expensive than it also should be, but it probably just means that I haven't done enough artifact decks to fully appreciate their power, I imagine. Gnoll Hunter, when the Gnoll Hunter attacks, if you attacked with creatures with total power of 6 or greater, this combat put a +1/+1 counter on Gnoll Hunter. Yeah, I've seen this one before. And Thieves' Tools is a previous blocks card where when Thieves' Tools enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Equipped creature can't be blocked as long as its power is 3 or less. Equipping is 2. Putting it onto the field is 2 black. Well, 1 black and 1 any, I rather. Valiant Farewell, instant, black, a white, and any 2 mana total. Target creature you control gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. When that creature leaves the battlefield this turn, you get a boon with when you cast your next creature spell, it perpetually gets +2/+0, draw a card. Assuming not new, so next question, what's the general deck type you run? And hello, hi, I'm not completely new, no. I feel like I make still amateurish mistakes quite often, but I've played, like, I don't know. I've had a pretty, like, constant run of playing this for the past, let's say, 4 months, maybe 5 months. And I've played physical Magic for a couple of dozen games before that, like in the previous years, and then in the previous years before this bit here, I've played some Magic the Gathering Arena as well. So, like, I know the rules as far as the important basics goes. I know some important mechanics, but I probably don't... I wouldn't despise myself as, like, an expert deck builder, but I do try to make my own spin on the stuff I do, like, you know. And mine is currently a white and green. And it's one of those that, like adds a healing person first, and then a person who adds healing counters from the healing, and then you just, like, do that thing until you have enough of powerful stuff to overpower the opponent. And then you, like, spice in its, like, extreme amounts of bad luck, and that's my game. Standard or Historic? I used to play a Standard, but now prefer Historic because I built a deck with them entirely being around dreams. So exploitation of mechanics is something I specialize in. Okay, cool, yeah. I currently, see, here's the thing. As far as I understand, for some reason, if I got this right, is that the arena base cards got incorporated into Alchemy, right? And because of my collection being not rich enough to fully do what I want to do, some of the cards I use are still in the base deck. And because of that, I for now do Alchemy instead. But eventually, I probably will move on to Standard when I get enough of a collection to use a complete deck without any base set cards, which I believe are only in Standard, if I remembered this system right? If you want to see my I win button, it's Peer into the Abyss and Dream Trawler. If you ever take a look, it's a nasty one-turn sweep. Oh, I can imagine. I don't know the card, but yeah, I've met some pretty many a times I have yelled at the screen for some pretty let's say one of those interesting bits of, like, oh, well, that's the game then, bye. Young Red Dragon. Creature dragon flying. Young Red Dragon can't block. 3 any 1 red. 3/2. Bathe in Gold Adventure. Create a treasure token for 2 mana. Alright. Cast down. Destroy target non-legendary creature. Fair enough. And the big one is... Kindred Discovery. As Kindred Discovery enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Whenever a creature you control of the chosen type enters the battlefield or attacks, draw a card. It's a little expensive, though. And I don't yet run really blue. Place half my deck and every card I pull gives Dream Trawler a +1 attack, and it's already flying, lifelink, and hexproof. Oh, goody. Yep, that sounds pretty much like a game turner into a guaranteed win. That's for sure. Right, yeah, so I can actually show, like, what I usually do, or what I'm currently trying to make work. Is I've, like, been honing into what works and what doesn't in this system of, like, make a healer and then add healing, counter taking people and just go forward from there. So yeah, 3 cleric classes, 4 Lunarch veterans, 2 fortifying draughts, 1 banishing slash, because I need some removal of enchantments and artifacts, but it needs to be something that doesn't just end up being a dead card if they don't have anything. Hallowed Priest, Impassioned Orator, Kabira Takedown, because I need it's a combination of a type of removal and it's a land. So that's basically what I ended up using that for. 4 Voice of the Blessed, 1 Gala Greeter. I would have more Gala Greeters, but that's the only one I have. So, and since the rotation is happening in the fall, I feel like it might be overcommitting to a thing if I start rare card crafting at this stage of the whole thing. So I want to first see what comes in the rotation before I craft a whole bunch of cards into this deck anymore, unless I absolutely have to. 4 Prosperous Innkeepers, 2 Trelasora Moon Dancers, just because there could be more, but I seem to get too many of these if I have 3, and then I have to just, like, it's a legendary, so only one of them can be, and the thing, so... 1 Borrowed Time, again, I've been, like, dice rolling up and down of, like, what removal cards I should be playing, and this is currently the one that seems to be, like, wide enough to be usable in most games if I get it. And it tends to be able to, like, you know, non-land permanent is a pretty wide net. If I see anything I don't like, I can at least have a chance of removing it. 4 Righteous Valkyries, 1 Bala Get Recovery. You know, I need resurrection stuff because the opponents always destroy my important stuff, so yeah. Colossal Majesty, because I have, like, this kind of deck, like, I feel like I desperately need drawing cards, and white and green are terrible at drawing cards, unless you use this, as far as I can find. Like, well, I mean, I might have missed something, but most of the white cards are like, use mana to take 1 card, and I'm like, yeah, but it's 1. Like, I might as well just not have it and try to have a different card instead, you know. So this is the one thing that I could kind of make work, and this has saved my deck, deck and bot many a time. 1 Wandering Emperor, and, come on, and 2 Bonds of Discipline. I don't think I haven't seen this in, like, the online versions of the healing and healing counter decks too much, but it works for me. This has saved my game a lot of times, and the only reason there's no more than 2 is because I get kind of crowded with these cards if there's 3. So, yeah. Elspeth Resplendent, and then just Plains, Forests, and the double-colored stuff that's not horrible that I happen to have. That's basically it. And I used to have 1 more Forest, but I'm trying to have 10 to 6 and then the double-sided ones, because I need white a little bit more, but I can't really have less than that, I feel, forests, because I absolutely have to have at least 1 forest in every game, and preferably at the start, or at least within the first 2 draws. So I kind of, if I do any less than this, I tend to not have forests too often. Selfless Glyph Weaver. Not in the deck. Let's see. Oh, sorry, not wearer. I can't write. Ah, man, this sometimes just freezes up on me. Come on. Well, it doesn't freeze up this badly usually, though. Alright, it crashed. Right, give it a minute. Any minute now, just go on. Yup. And yeah, mine doesn't really crash up until this moment, so that's a little. Oh well. Client needs remade, or the or the backend needs redone. Yeah, that like I often get some freezing when I try to search for anything. That's for sure. And it's also really slow to scroll through the cards, I find oftentimes. All right, let's give it a second. Come on. Maybe this will work a little better. Glyph we. Oh God, I can't write. I'm like reaching through the keyboard. It's oh, for fuck's sake. One more time. I can't really see my keys too well from here. Oh, right, this one. I've seen this because my girlfriend, I think, has this one, but... Exile Selfless Glyphweaver, creatures you control get indestructible until the end of turn. And then... Dead Vanity, this is research of Invoker, then destroy all other creatures or planeswalkers. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad, yeah. It would be like a not horrible, like, this would be a not bad idea to use as, like, a potential protection against, deck wipes, whatever that, you know, the ones that destroy everything in one card. That's true. What was that, it's Strixhaven, though, so it's gonna be rotated out anyway within the next. So yeah, I probably shouldn't start crafting rares that are gonna be rotated out, but that's a good idea, though. Like, if I happen to, at some point, for some reason, get those boosters, you know... Good one to look out for. Thanks for the tip, though. Alright. Okie dokie. Yeah, okay. Doesn't really matter which one I go for, I suppose. Let's go that. Alright. Now we'll try to be zen, and try to be all, like, calm and collected. I sometimes have a really just short temper when luck deigns to screw me over. I really need to work on that. Ooh. Ah. Hmm. I mean, let's see how this happens. I do kind of suffer from not having planes on the first turn, but... Okay, should I first play through forests, or should I tap the overgrown farmland in first? I'm not sure. Ever want a VS my dream deck, let me know. I feel like my temper would get the best of me, but I believe it is a perfect deck that'll kill everyone. Like, I even, like, you might gather from the name of the stream, but I have lost my temper against Elder Dragons more than once. Like, I have a very bad grasp of the actual true, like, mechanics of what is and isn't balanced and unbalanced and actually breaks the game and whatever. Like, I'm just kind of like, I yell stuff because I'm sometimes like, ugh, but I so badly hate the Elder Dragons. Like, they can go die in a fire. Okay, so let's do this. Let's put the Innkeeper in. Or, I do kind of need the Gallic creatures as well, though. Oy. Okay, I probably am doing this wrong, but let's try this. Like, I get the treasure mana eventually from the Innkeeper, but I guess I can still use it in the next turns as well. It doesn't really end up, I hopefully, losing the tempo I have. Not dream-based, that is true. Blood Tithe Vampire. Sacrifice. Target creature minus tax minus X. Where X is twice the number of blood tokens in control. Active as one as a sorcery. Oh boy. Yeah, that's probably not great. Okay, now I can use the overgrown farmland, right? And now... Yeah, okay. Unless, until I get a 5th mana, I might want to save the treasure mana until I get there, though. Or maybe create another one? Yeah, I can do that, I suppose. I need the Gallic readers now still more than they need the Harvester, though. Probably. Well, I believe they saw that too. Right. Yeah, I think this went down the drain very quickly. Alright. Ah. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, yeah, add planes is the answer, yeah, right there. Okay. See, this is why I don't have 3 of these. Like, these tend to come a lot more often than they should. I mean, I like the cards, don't get me wrong, and I don't want to have 1, because they win me games more times than I can count, but right now, they're not doing that. Well, let's see for a turn what I can pull, but I think we're in a bad spot here. Because when this spot happens, I tend to draw, like, exclusively land, and nothing else. Yeah, okay. The problem is they clearly run a very destruction-heavy deck, so they'll kill the Voice of the Blessed within this turn. So... yeah, I can't play against a destruction deck, we can call it. Unfortunate, but there is nothing to be done against a deck of that persuasion with this. And they had like what, 6 cards in hand still? Like that's basically half destruction, half creatures, and 1 land, and then they just win. There's nothing to be done anymore. I can't draw good cards. Right. Oh boy. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so let's try to count this out. So if I add Lunarch Veteran, then I can add 1, 2, and then 3, 4 to Voice of the Blast. If I add it now, I get 1 now, 1 in the next turn, 1 now, 1 in the next turn, a second in the next turn, but not a fourth, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Night counter, 8 or more, remove all of them, get 8 colorless, no artifact tokens. Okay. This is going to be a strange attempt, but let's see. I have Luminarch Aspirants as well in my collection, but when I used them, they without fail ended up being stolen in every game that I played them in. So the matchmaker hates Luminarch Aspirants when I play them, but not when anyone else plays them. So it's a really weird thing that I have to always look out for, that the game specifically hates me more than it hates most. I don't know what's up with that. Man, I'm really unlucky with this, though. I'm getting nothing of any actual use. Alright. I feel like they totally had this in the bag still, but because I have more life, but my game was quickly waning into not a lot. I don't know. Oh well, I guess I'm guilty of that too, though. I quit quite early when things are not going my way. Oh boy. Alright, what card? Man, I just get a lot of blue. I don't play blue, because blue is the color you play when you don't want to play the game. Target player shuffles up to 4 target cards from their grave. I'm kind of joking, but I'm also kind of not. I kind of like, oh no, control decks. Into their library. You look at the top 4 cards of your library, then put one of those cards into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Okie dokie. Okay. Man. Well, that is a totality of at least results. I think we can call it at least that, with some sensible reasoning. But let's see if I get a thing without the... There you go. All right. But I am kind of low on time, in that I tend to be pushing often against my schedule and so on. So all of that good stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed, and like and subscribe and all of that.